everybody. I'm Leora Sims. Welcome to my channel and welcome to Season 1, Episode 24 of my Sims 4 Law and Order SVU series. You can probably tell that I have a new microphone, which means that I no longer have to wait about 18 seconds before speaking. If you missed any of the previous episodes, please take the time to go back and watch them. Before I get back into gameplay today, I'm going to be talking about the importance of privacy. When I was very, very young, I met a friend who was married to a man who I felt in my heart was very, very controlling. I never saw any evidence of physical abuse, but I never felt comfortable around this man. And one day, my friend told me that she used to keep a journal. And she kept a journal for years. She told me that she no longer kept a journal. And I immediately asked her why. And she said that her husband read her journal. Writing has always given me a great deal of comfort. So I told her that if I were her, I would buy a new journal, make sure that he never saw that journal, and throw the old journal away. She told me that after she discovered that he was reading her journal, she did try to still keep one. In fact, she had two journals. One was her quote-unquote real journal, and the other journal was a fake for his eyes. I wasn't comfortable with the fake journal because I didn't want him to get angry with her over something that he might read in this fake journal. And I believe at one time she wrote in the journal and she just handed it to him after she finished writing in it. She said to me, "What's the point of keeping a journal if he is going to read it?" If you have been watching this series for some time, you probably know that I believe that honesty and trust are of the utmost importance. That said, I do believe generally that every human being needs some degree of privacy and is entitled to that privacy. My first thought when my friend told me this story was, I never want to marry a man who does not trust me enough to keep a journal. If he trusted her, he would not read her journal. My second thought was that he was violating her privacy. And my third thought was, this is a very bad relationship. It did not make her happy that her husband was reading her journal. And it made her trust him less and want to share things with him less. And on top of that, his behavior took away her outlet. Writing in a journal is an outlet. People write things in journals that they would never say out loud, that they don't want to necessarily say out loud ever. And what is contained in someone's journal is sacred. Because my friend knew that her husband would read her journal, eventually she thought to herself, what is the point? And she stopped writing in the journal, which means she no longer had that outlet. In my opinion, there is only one reason to read someone's journal, and that is to save their life. If you feel that their life is in danger, if you feel that a person's life is in danger in some way, and you can help, then it's okay to read their journal. It is a violation of privacy, but in my opinion, in that case, that violation is necessary. In some cases, in most cases, I am in favor of a parent reading the journal of their child as a last resort only, in order to help them stay out of trouble, in order to help their lives. If someone feels that their child is engaging in risky or unsafe behavior, and that parent needs to stop the child, I say go for it. But as a last resort, in my opinion, the parent should always try other means of communication. And reading the child's journal is, again, a last resort. It is for when a child is not giving their parent any information, and that parent feels that their child is in danger. And in my opinion, you never want to marry a person who feels it is their right to read your journal on a regular basis. By reading her journal, my friend's husband changed her behavior. she no longer kept her journal, which was an outlet for her, an outlet that she had a right to, that he took away. And he might say that she chose to no longer keep the journal on her own, but she did it because he was reading it. And in her words, if he's reading it, what is the point? Now, she wasn't doing anything scandalous. She went to school, she went to work, she came home, and that was it. But the fact that her husband read her journal made her very sad. If he read it and saw that nothing scandalous was going on, maybe that made him feel better. But it made her feel worse, and it made her feel that he did not trust her. And I can guarantee that if he was reading her journal to calm his own insecurities, he did not trust her. Unfortunately, if you're dating someone, they're not going to come right out and say, when we get married, I'm going to read your journal. In general, this is an abusive behavior. Again, unless you're trying to save someone's life. This is an abusive behavior. Everyone is entitled to some degree of privacy. And no one deserves to be controlled by their spouse or significant other. This is a form of abuse. Eventually, I will be talking about digital abuse. And again, abusers can have a behavior in each category of domestic abuse. Because again, domestic abuse is not just hitting. I hope that you found the story helpful. I hope that you have a partner who would never want to read your journal as a form of control. Be happy and be safe, and I will be right back. You can probably tell by looking at the screen that Olivia is very upset right now. Tucker, Ed Tucker, asked her if he could come over tonight, and she agreed, and she found him snooping. She has a book on the table that she writes notes in, and he is reading her book, and he doesn't feel that he did anything wrong because these things, these books, were in plain sight, but it's still an invasion of privacy. I don't mind sharing my stuff with people, sharing my books, lending out things. But I don't like it when people snoop around. So Olivia is very upset because she feels like her privacy has been violated. So she is going to him out about it.
Oh, Granatoma.
Discoofa. Ah.
Infaliness wabarani bayumi squirmish.
Wisp.
She was in the other room and she found him snooping.
Oobily booch. Ah. Ooh.
She is going to give him the cold shoulder. That's an interaction that I do not do much. So I want to see what that looks like.
Oblado. Quahebin Bayumi. Hey, Yoon. Big compa. Bifala. Sigura Quinarb. Biflarza.
Nidfa Pafin, Skooma Plonide, Nilzia Cruz.
Where are you going, Ed? I hope you're leaving. Are you leaving or are you going into Olivia's bedroom? It looked like he went in this direction. Oh, he's in the bathroom. Okay, well, she is going to eat something. She is going to grab herself some cereal. And I will be right back. Raphael Barba and Olivia Benson are having a platonic dinner together at Big Apple Restaurant, discussing a case. But I believe that this conversation will get personal because they are friends. And Raphael feels that there is something on Olivia's mind. She seems a little bit distracted. And he wants to put her mind at ease so that she can confide in him. And she is having a difficult time because she doesn't know whether she should discuss the argument she had with Ed Tucker last night when she caught him snooping in her apartment. It's not the first time a man has snooped in Olivia Benson's apartment. Not at all. At the beginning of the series, Olivia dated some reporters, and because of her job, they were always trying to get a story from her. So she would go to the restroom, and she would come out of the restroom and find them snooping in her files and looking at her stuff. And she usually would kick them out because that is very invasive. And that would make anyone feel uncomfortable. And in a job like Olivia's and a job like Raphael's, be confidentiality, which is something that I will probably discuss in another video because I believe that confidentiality is very important as well. So Raphael is going to declare weather preference, and he's going to declare love for sun, and he's going to ask her about her day, and then he's going to brighten her day, and then we'll see where we are.
Yeah, three, Bahira Turinge, Funobe. Oh, Kapuda, Granau Shuta, Sashibo, Sinoy Hargreave, Sinye, Umbraza, Yibs, Born.
Okay, now they're talking personal because they're laughing. I don't think Olivia would just up and leave, but I'm gonna see where she's going. So we're going to follow her out before we can't. I'm going to action. Okay, so now I'm just going to friendly, and he's gonna come out and just ask her about Ed. Who he doesn't like.
Left.
But not too many people like Ed Tucker.
Imka Floof,
By a shorg.
Rena.
Huh. Warba Tarenga.
And to me that looks like a very tough look and something that Olivia would do, put her hands on her hips when she's trying to play tough or trying to get into her work mode. So that doesn't necessarily mean that she thinks that Tucker is the best thing since sliced bread or anything. He's going to flatter her and he's going to compliment her appearance, which could be flirting, but it doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic interaction.
Funtrip
Compliment
Nipso,
someone's appearance.
Thepit Mom, Zapade, Chup, Kuza, Jabata-wig Ob.
Vadish. Lumbek. Warno Ooks. Wivacharb. Trangella.
Ah.
Granoi Barsp.
Oh.
Oh, poor Raphael doesn't feel well at all. I thought he was coming down with something because before there were stethoscopes over his head, and I figured by the end of this episode he would be ill. But he's going to continue to talk to Olivia. Hopefully, he won't get her sick. He's gonna ask her to stargaze.
Yaba thanks?
Yibs.
They both need the fresh air,
Oh.
and maybe that will open Olivia up to talking about what is bothering her.
Berumis Weeksu.
Poor me.
And with that, I'm going to end this episode here. I hope that you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed bringing it to you. Have healthy relationships. Be happy and safe. Thanks for watching, guys. Thank you so much for your support.